Watch the dubs and vote on the best one. The player with the highest score at the end of the game wins. It's just that easy.
Okay. And chat, you'll get a thing to vote on soon.
Round one.
Nora, I think you're a little upset. Would you care for a sedative?
Dreamwalker Chakotay, why?
Low-hanging fruit.
Extremely low-hanging.
Nora, I think you're a little upset. Would you care for a sedative?
What? I thought Otto took all his sedatives before the show tonight.
Are we just gonna dunk on me the rest of the show?
Nora, I think you're a little upset. Would you care for a sedative?
The only thing that would me to sleep is Dreamwalker Chakotay's stats.
Miss Jones, let me introduce Professor Alexander Saxton.
Please, Saxton was my grandfather. Call me Sax Pot, all of my Starfleet Academy graduates do.
Miss Jones, let me introduce Professor Alexander Saxton.
No thank you, I've already cited Captain Saxton.
Miss Jones, let me introduce Professor Alexander Saxton.
He is best known for playing Wesley Crusher on the hit show Star Trek Voyager.
What was that?
He's summoning the Mugado. Damn it, Kirk, put on this deerskin.
What was that?
It's the updated flavor text for Sato.
What was that?
Idol's just talking about his spreadsheets again. When they play it back.
Tell me the meaning of the inscription on this metal piece.
It's an ancient incantation. It reads, Mo tribbles, mo problems. Mo problems, mo QA gaps, mo timelines talks. You should throw this in the trash. I wonder who had that really long one.
Meaning of the inscription on this metal piece.
Cute furry tribbles give Hoshi evoke feelings affection.
Too easy! Too easy!
Metal piece.
Come on.
When we came here a few hours ago, the only thing we had in common was the $10,000 we'd get. Now, however, we share something else.
120 krons, a voyage token and a thanks for surviving lockdown.
When we came here a few hours ago, the only thing we had in common was the $10,000 we'd get. Now, however, we share something else.
6-pack remorse, a really bad case of venereal disease, and crocheted pictures of Captain Idol.
For Captain
When we came here a few hours ago, the only thing we had in common was the $10,000 we'd get. Now, however, we share something else.
The answer to the mystery of where Tribble Seaweed's middle finger is hiding.
Gentlemen, I will give you a guarantee.
Buy this Chekhov and we'll release an even worse crew with a superficial collection trait in the future.
Gentlemen, I will give you a guarantee.
If this event crew is still bad in 4 years, I'll give you a new one free of charge.
Gentlemen, I will give you a guarantee.
I guarantee you that Adira's art will never, ever, change, and that the Union stock and Coke will never be available in a 6-pack.
I'm quite excited because I want to see what people are coming up with.
Oh, I don't know why I'm so crazy about you.
Oh, yes, you do.
It's my Ophidian cane and how I use it to transport between time and space.
I don't know why I'm so crazy about you.
Oh, yes, you do.
It's the Eng Med. It drives all the void nerds wild.
Oh, I don't know why I'm so crazy about you.
Oh, yes, you do.
I have great art and I'm a Chakotay variant. Don't forget about those stats.
Oh, I don't know why I'm so crazy about you.
Oh, yes, you do.
I just hit a natural 12-hour voyage, baby.
Oh, I don't know why I'm so crazy about you.
Oh, yes, you do.
I'm Tom. You called me Nick Locarno in bed.
Oh, I don't know why I'm so crazy about
He is a maverick.
Oh, yes, you do.
It's my massive evasion bonus.
Well, I can't afford not to go along with you, but let me tell you one thing.
As soon as this event is over, you're going back in cryo.
I can't afford not to go along with you, but let me tell you one thing.
If you think I'm gonna buy Captain Tribble to finish that damn collection, you got another thing coming.
Well, I can't afford not to go along with you, but let me tell you one thing.
That pointing collection is going to be along every day now.
I can't afford not to go along with you, but let me tell you one thing.
I'll die before I take Dreamwalker Chakotay on a voyage.
Well, I can't afford not to go along with you, but let me tell you one thing.
I want really good mega crew in the next one.
I can't afford not to go along with you, but let me tell you one thing.
You give me one more fucking CMD, dip, suck, and you'll be sucking dilithium crystals to a straw.
Or, yeah. Alright, here we go.
What's happening now?
The pyro didn't go off. We cut the budget to make sure Shanter got his girdle.
What's happening now?
He just went in search of another QA manager. I don't think he's coming back. Anyhow, how's that Sato flavor text going?
Oh my god. Sorry, I'll try and stop laughing over the text.
What's happening now?
He got banned for 72 hours.
What's happening now?
Transporter Chief Murderer Rand is at it again.
What's happening now?
Chekhov will rise again from those ashes as the #1 Voyager.
Optimistic.
What's happening now?
Everyone is turning in their super rares. Enjoy 1,504th.
We'll be the
Why
judge.
do you treat me like this? When you know how I feel about you?
Because you're just a dumb, stupid video game addict. It's either this or StarCraft, you loser. Suck it up.
Why do
Hey,
you
I like
treat me like this?
StarCraft.
When you know how I feel about
Christ.
you?
Good God, woman, I'm Voyage rank 265. You can do better.
Why do you treat me like this? When you know how I feel about you?
I heard you've been using the Captain Proton ship in Arena, before it was cool.
Why do you treat me like this? When you know how I feel about you?
Because I know you'll keep pulling on Tuesday packs no matter what I put in there. You know what's coming up next? A 2-skiller, CMD, med. 3 asterisk.
3 asterisks.
Why do you treat me like this?
3
When you
asterisks.
know how I feel about you?
Tribble emotes.
Why do you treat me like this? When you know how I feel about you?
For the last time, you don't have a collection, you have a skin condition.
Everyone's a critic.
Most of
How did you know?
That's all I need.
Folks, it's going to be all dick jokes from here on out. Just
I
listen.
appreciate the honesty.
8 to 10 seconds, that's all I need.
That first to max on blue balls Wesley will be mine.
But you won't go along with that. 8 to 10 seconds, that's all I need.
If WRG's servers worked at the start of an event, that's all the time I need to get my kickstart done.
But you won't go along with that. 8 to 10 seconds, that's all I need.
Cute furry tribbles did Hoshi only evoke feelings affection.
You will go along with that.
That's all I need.
Are you talking about your ship ability or last night's date?
But you won't go along with that. 8 to 10 seconds, that's all I need.
I'm Wesley Crusher and you're Robin Lefty. You're pretty.
But you won't go along with that.
I have shaved the mutate.
That's meant to be Mugasu.
Yes, I am.
Oh, right.
Shit.
Worf is on his way. Prepare Star's orifices.
Yes, I understand.
Orifices?
That's clean, right?
Yes.
Captain Janeway tells me I'm special just the way I am and to report to Cargo Bay 5 for a special away mission.
That's amazing.
They keep saying amazing value for the $100 offer.
Yes, I understand.
Dreamwalker Chakotay reporting for duty.
Welcome
Welcome
to Timeline Talks.
to the Timeline Talks.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live in Technicolor from the beautiful Hollywood Hills, California. The show where the total retail price of their advice is $0. This is Timelines Talk. Featuring guest stars, Morph action figure collector Kapla. It's Stars and Garden. Also featuring Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish prison? Look out, it's Automaton 2000. And now, the man with the chatter, he doesn't have a bladder. Here's your host, Captain Idol.
Hello, and welcome everyone to Timeline Talks, the premium exclusive #1 show for all things Star Trek timelines. I am your host, Captain Idol, and I'm joined, as always, by my faithful co-host here, Automaton 2000, and joining us in place of Stars and Garters, who has, I need to amend that intro, he has stopped playing the game, but we have Danjavin, Longstead community contributor. Danger
Gotta up my hair
Danjavin.
game if I'm replacing Stars and Garters. Sorry, guys.
Yes.
I'm happy to be here.
He does make up for all of us, doesn't he? How is Ariel?
Another short-haired white man. What's going on? What are the odds?
Place timelines, that kind of diversity? Yes, no, we are going to be talking about a few things tonight. We're going to be doing updates on various things like the Voyage rankings. Danjavin has a new sheet to show off. We'll talk all about some new crew in the casual mega. We'll play a little bit of Bob for Babs. We talk about the new Elysian Kingdom collection and the upcoming events. And are you feeling?
And Ransom watch.
Oh yeah,
watch,
sorry.
watch.
Ransom watch. Yeah, I have the reverb button now.
Don't you steal my gig?
I've been stealing your gigs for the last 3 or 4 years now. But anyway,
true.
also
I'm
Danjavin,
the genius behind the show. I just want everyone to know.
How are you guys this week? How are we doing?
Doing great. Can't complain. Happy to be here and playing timelines. Having fun. Otto?
Really?
I'm going to the beach after this, so I'm not particularly happy to be here. But I came anyways.
I just sent him death threats before the show. You better bloody be here. I'm not doing your Mabenga special next week. My collar is limp. Yeah, I know this t-shirt's a bit knackered. I sort of read it, but it's the one only. It's really hot here at the moment, so this is the only one I've got that's just really cool. So I've got a wrinkle.
Hold on, where's the change t-shirt hair flip option?
Yeah, it comes with a
I'd pay a lot of hair flips for that.
Listen, that would attract an entirely different audience with a specific fetish for middle-aged white men, British men. There's not many of those. They're slightly overweight as well. Anyway, let us go across and...
Only according to your wife, not the rest
that's
of
it.
us, right?
Yeah, even then she's 50-50. Let's spin the wheel. Thank you to everyone who submitted show title names. The winner was, of course, so obvious that they would win it, but it was Cranky. Cranky's title won the show this week. But it doesn't mean you can lose.
Why does he get 4 entries into the show titles? What is that?
I stopped the entry limits as well. And you can also thank Cranky for some of the wonderful adverts down the bottom here. Me and him conspired on those for the Starbase 47 stuff, but since I abandoned that, I thought I'd use him here. But no, let's go over and... Hello, Marine! Hey, Cranky. Oh no, did I press the right button? No, I didn't. Let's press that button. There we go. Let's spin the wheel, see who wins the sub for this week.
Is it Cranky again?
No, it's Eric Nelson. Hey. Please send me a message when your sub runs out, and I will swing it. You can also get yourself, instead of your Twitch sub, you could also have a YouTube membership, which is the same thing, but on YouTube. Ooh, all the money, as always, will go to charities that we are sponsoring for the next charity show, which will probably be about April-ish. But I think I need to add another payment, so we're up to something like about 100 and something pounds so far, which is remarkable, seeing as it's only been about 4 months since the last one. We are also on the hunt for 1,000 subscribers. Why is that? Because then when we can put adverts. At the moment, the topics we monetize don't go into our funds for the charity show. So once we get to 1,000 subscribers, I can click the button that says, yes, please, can we have that advertising money as well? So, and again, everything, 100%, everything goes towards charity. Okay. Let's do something fun. Danjavin, star of the hour. My good friend Danjavin. Literally my favourite person in the game right now because you've invented something that's made all my farming options a hell of a lot better. Do you wanna talk about it a bit? Yeah, well, I knew I had to get on your good side if I wanted to get back on the show, so I made a spreadsheet for you. Oh, almost got a spit take there. Hey, yeah. So I have to open by saying that and this is the newest cab tool, and we're announcing it today to you all. Inspired by the really great work that was put in by the Exo Fleet, specifically BB Binks, who created the Take My Crons Please sheet. I've kind of been inspired by that and expanded on it and created something that goes a little bit further. It helps with farming for Galaxy events. It helps with farming for equipping your characters, same as the original did. Adds a little bit of extra functionality. So over time, I've been able to kind of wrap my head around the actual true drop rates from the game. So I've been able to include those in there. More accurate than it's been for quite a while. The wiki is great, and a lot of the information contained on the wiki, submitted by player data, is pretty close to accurate. We've got the true numbers now. As far as items required for Galaxy 2, we've been able to update that and create a little bit more of a robust Galaxy item requirement that reflects the true nature of what we see in game. A bunch of other functions too. Tells you the best mission to run if you need a whole bunch of stuff. Gives you dynamic filters and sorts. I guess if you have it to share, Idle, why don't you? And I say if you've released a link, I've got the one. Hang on, let me find it. I've got the one you
The
sent me.
True Way was a Cardassian separatist extremist terrorist organization that operated in the 2370s. They believe the Federation to be the greatest threat to the Cardassian people. Maybe you should rename, you keep saying it's the true, people are going to think you're some kind of Cardassian sympathizer.
This is the truth. I
Nothing wrong with the True Way. There you go. I'll pop a link in chat. This is the one you sent me. So this is the chronometrics. I've been using it for Galaxy farming. It's been very good. You pop in. You have to use the Steve tool. If you haven't used Steve, there's a bit of a guide on that as well. I've never used it before this one, but it's great. It's a really concise list of basically do these missions in this order, top yourself up, get the items that you need. You can even filter it between crew that you need for only away missions or crew you need to just level all your crew up, just the items you need for that if you're not bothered about galaxies. But yeah, I'm starting to build up my my Galaxy fund, and I had a hobble together sheet for my items tracking, but honestly this just replaced it, so it's really good. It's worth a look at. Some excellent work in that.
Yeah, I think we all had those sheets. I know I did, and I had 3 separate sheets that were all doing different things for the Crunchy Crons event, trademark Jaina Sedanian. The Crunchy Crons event, I had a whole separate sheet that would just tell me how best to spend my 10,000 crons on away missions. This does that for you. You can put it in. For those of you clicking one at a time that don't have Warp 10, it's got a feature that'll help you count down so that you know your gold crons. So that you can just kind of mindlessly click and just watch for your results.
You're pleasing all the demographics.
It does a lot.
VIP 0, count for the whales. You just got them all in there.
Well, also there's some utility for elderly players where we have the ability to put in a VP ranking goal and kind of see how many resources you'll need to achieve that. And if you're looking to make up ground between you and somebody that's maybe at threshold 750 and you want to get to that next level, how much you're going to need to run, how much time it will take, based on your skirmish and how fast you run that. This is what I'm still referring to as a beta. We'll get this finalized in the next few weeks here and posted on cabtools.app. But in the meantime, please feel free to use the link that Idle dropped in chat. Give me some feedback and let me know how it works for you. One of the latest integrations that we put in, just a few minutes more here to talk about how we've tried to integrate with the wiki as well. So the current version, you may need to manually enter Galaxy missions, but we're looking forward to in the future it automatically pulling the Galaxy missions based on the great work by the people over at the SDTwiki.org.
That's cool. Awesome.
Now, can you explain what this happy ending tab down here means?
That's the bill. That's what we'll be charging. No, that's great work. It'd be good to play with it. Yeah. Auto's discovered he's got his own soundboard now.
Oh, great.
He's got his own triggers. Wait for that. No, thanks for that. Worth a try. Go check the link, guys, and have a play with it. It's well worth it if you're interested in farming or checking your levels. It's certainly a lot easier than trying to use the in-game tool as well, which is just abhorrent and horrible. So, no, thanks for that. Quick update as well for people that have realised that are coming over to our Discord and been trying to put 12-hour voyages in, or your 13, nearly 14-hour voyages now, without much feedback. We've not heard from Nolian in a while, but we have enlisted the help of Agent Graham, who should be in the next few weeks be able to be taking over, and hopefully we'll start going through the backlog and resubmitting our 12-hour voyages, or your, well, personal best voyages as well. We'll have a conversation about how that's going to go forward, so keep an eye on that. Keep submitting your times, but we'll let you know when it's time, when it's actually probably up and running. Hopefully that'll become soon, because that's actually quite a good thing for sort of like leaderboards wise, because everyone loves to be top voyage. What's your top voyage, Danjamin? Do you go for top speeds, top lengths, or do you just kind of go 10 hours and run like I do?
Moonshot, baby. No,
Moonshot.
I gotta get as long as I can, and I'm pretty consistently doing 12-hour runs now. Big humble brag there, but I especially now with the way that they've changed it and getting these new, like I'm interested in voyage again. It used to be just kind of the chore, go in and let the data core crunch my numbers and shoot out who it tells me to. But now I'm excited. I get the potential to get some new ships in there and some interesting crew. So yeah. Let's
go over to that, because I was going to do this a bit later, but since we're here with the efficient segues, let's talk about the changes to the voyage behold system. Because obviously they introduced Behold's Gauntlet, and that's been working, and now what we all predicted was they didn't add it to Voyages, so you get a choice between Black and Chakotay, and probably many more as well. But there is, I'll read out the spiel now from the announcements, like, we'll be converting the 5-star Voyage exclusive reward into a Behold choice of crew, as well as adding a chance for a premium Portal 4-star reward to be Beholds instead, and that's a chance. Voyage exclusive 4-star rewards will become a Behold with the original specific crew as a fixed option. Lastly, specific crew ship schematics will become a Behold as well, which is brand new. That's something else. And it goes on. Check the announcements on your various Discords or on the forum as well, and it'll tell you what dilemmas are going to be changed for the Beholds. But the interesting thing here is there is a 1% chance for a 5-star Voyage exclusive Behold with a choice of the exclusives and a random. 5% chance for legendary replicator fuel. 10% chance for a 4-star premium Behold crew, or 84% chance 4-star premium Portal crew. So there's a bit more of a chance you'll actually see what you want to see. It's still pretty slim. 1% to 5% is still pretty bad, but I know a lot of people are happy that we now just have the choice.
This is the Breaking Bad Walter White meme where WG is sitting there with the pipettes. They're like, we want players to have fun on 11% of their dilemmas, and the rest are either going to be replicator fuel or a drop that you immortalized 4 years ago. So I don't know why they came up with 11% as the chance to have fun, but that could probably go a little bit higher without breaking the bank.
I think so, yeah. Go on, Dan.
Kind of burying the lead, though, is that now, and this is something that I think Ben had said before that would not happen, was we would not be seeing gold pulls from the portal on voyages. And now, at least for this narrow window of time when we only have 2 voyage exclusives, now there's the potential to get any gold that's in the portal as part of that Behold, so you may be able to finish off some crew that have been lingering there.
Come on, Joseph Sisko.
You laugh.
Still need bees, Jake.
Yeah. Yes. I think a lot of people have seen, a lot of people getting confused because they thought that every super rare would be a Behold. Is not, like I say, 84% of the time you will get just a regular purple crew as you do in a Voyage, and the other 10% chance you won't, or 11% chance to get any kind of Behold. But chat, what do you think about this as well? Do you think this is a better upgrade, or do you think it's still a little bit this is poll time, poll time, come on.
I'm working on it.
Hey, do you think
I'm too busy mocking WRG? Sorry.
Yeah, or do you think this is, do you think this is a bit too limiting? Because I know very few people, like, I am still yearning for Admiral Black for his voyage potential. He is still a god there, and he's 1% chance to get him, 1% chance in that whatever chance it is to get a purple crew or a in any kind, in a dilemma is hard work.
Well, now I want to get some of that delicious blackened Chakotay that you mentioned in the lead in here. So
blackened
Chakotay. It took me a minute to parse that.
Love me some charred Chakotay. We'll save that for when we're going to be talking about Chakotay a little bit later. Siete says it's crap. Marco says love the changes. Cranky better than it was.
Okay, pull up in chat.
Nice. Pull up in Twitch chat. Mackenzie Calhoun says better than before, but agree it could still be better. And I think, this is, like you said, Danjavin, like they said before, that, we're never going to have golds in Voyages, but I think it was inevitable it was going to happen with, one with the portal dilution and how hard it is to get crews, and also other avenues to stop people, because people might have just gone, I can't be bothered to Voyage, there's nothing in it, there's no little tease at the end of the road like there is with Gauntlet, and I think them... Looking back on it, we moaned a lot about the Gauntlet exclusives coming in for like 3 months, but now they've added the Behold system, which obviously was the plan all along. It kind of
Ransom, watch.
Speaking of, let's go to...
This is not a watchable game. Like, there's very little gameplay that you actually want to sit and watch. The big exception is Beholds, so they kind of should be cramming them into every system they can, and it's a shame it took them, 7 years to do that, but I mean, even if it was maybe they don't want to go 100% chance, but people save if they want to save their dilemmas until they can show their friends or something and pull up a Behold that way. That would be great, especially for the crowd that doesn't open a lot of premium packs. So there's a little bit of design space yet unexplored, I think, where they could try to increase watchability for the game.
Yeah, like you say, there needs to be something, because I've been thinking in my head like various ways, like how could we speed run this, like because there's a lot of speed running communities out there that are quite good, and I'm thinking if you started a new account, what could you do in like the first like 2 or 3 hours that would be a worthy goal? Because I've been watching some outrageous speed runs lately, like there's one in Baldur's Gate 3 where people's like the first time you can romantically interact with the character, people are speed running that, so it's got to be something in timelines you can do, and they could increase watchability with that.
Speed run your romantic encounters. I love it.
That was me being diplomatic as well. Other websites have been calling it far ruder names. But we will, I think there is going to be an honour sale coming within the next few weeks. Yes.
Oh, you think so, huh?
I think so. For somehow I've been getting an inkling. Genos has been whispering sweet nothings in my ear. But I'm going to be streaming. I think, like you say, pack pulls are fun. I'm going to go out to the crew. My words are failing me tonight, as usual. I'm going to be going out to our community and saying, hey, let's do a Behold pull together when the Honour sale comes, so look out for that when we do that for Honour Watch. Speaking of, who has a ransom now? Any chat?
Ransom, watch.
Let me know. Who has a ransom now? Do you have a ransom?
Hold on, I gave you that sting to play.
Oh, you did? Hang on. This just in. Urgent news from Captain Idle's account. He just got a ransom.
Ransom watch.
This has been your ransom watch. I have one, yeah. So, yeah, I finally got one today. But I think it's more important for me because I haven't had a single Behold or crew drop for about 6-7 months in the game. It has been a dry spell, so I'm needlessly happy when that little Behold came up. Yes, something new.
Idle's like, I'm happy for you, but it's more important that I get one.
Exactly. Yeah. No, this is me. So where we go? So Eric has two. Just go one up me, haven't you, Eric? Christ. Genos, I have one. Cranky has a ransom. None for Siete, but yeah. Mackenzie Calhoun.
Mr. Jevon, what kind of Voyage and Gauntlet Beholds have you been getting?
Yeah, unfortunately on the Voyage I've only seen a ship Behold, but I got some nice Prometheus schematics I needed. No new crew yet. My Gauntlet has been bone dry for months now, so
it sucks,
I guess you could say, hey, I'm looking at the roulette list and I'm due, but we all know how it works.
But I think there isn't a pity timer in this game like other games.
No,
I know because when I was playing Marvel Snap, if you go certain long without pulling a pack, you get that percentage chance increase, but there is nothing like that in here. And I feel like for Gauntlet they should have that, or even the Behold Voyages as well. You need it's been I've spent 200,000 merits and it's been 2 months since my last thing, and I've had so many streak boxes. Like, maybe it's time I got one, please.
Gauntlet is showing its age, and it's come up frequently that we don't know the odds. It's one thing that's completely opaque to us. It really, since you could spend dilithium to refresh it, it seems logical to me that we really need to see those odds so that we know what we're investing into.
Yeah, that's definitely not published anywhere, is it? The streak box odds, is that not in the?
Logic complained with the Ferengi Trade Commission, I think.
Yeah. somewhere up there. There's something about worthless gold.
So not only do they post the odds for the Gold Behold and Voyages, but it is roughly, nears folks smarter than me can figure, about 5 times more likely than the straight drop was when it was just one amongst all the super rares. So, 5 times 0 is still 0, but it should be a nice increase from what it was, and maybe you won't have to go 6-7 months without seeing one. For podcast listeners, how do you like the Voyage Behold update? 57% say it's perfect. I love it. I said I love it. 43% say the 11% Behold chance is too low. That was a lot of percents, but there you go.
Yeah, and that's RNG for you. In a game with RNG, there is a little bit of feel like you're doing something for nothing, but that is a lot of this game, really.
Marco Baker is asking in the chat, I read somewhere that Admiral Pike was supposed to be a giveaway. What happened with that? He and Farragut Kirk were giveaways, giveaways for people who pulled that, what was it, the Elusive Treasures pack?
Yeah.
And they weren't in there, so you had to pull X number, and that amount should still be, I think they put it in the mail, but you can also find it on the forums if you need to.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't pull the Elusive Treasures pack, you're not getting it. But if you did and you don't have it, contact support, and they'll probably go, "Oh yeah, you did," and do it. But you can't, we've all said before, support for this game is actually one of the high points. They're really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to pause to say it. Yep, go ahead, Otto.
Go ahead and include that phrase "slap in the face" in your customer support ticket, and they'll send that crew right on over to you.
Oh yeah, along with a selection of chocolates and some flowers.
No, I want to piggyback and say that WRG has really been knocking it out of the park lately with their support, with compensation, with in-game issues. I've been super impressed with how upfront they were about the changes to Voyages, going so far as to name each of the individual dilemmas and how they're impacted. It's something that we've never really seen before, and I'm pretty happy to just have the knowledge. It gives me a lot of confidence.
Yeah. I forget what I was going to say about that.
We need a segment where we look back in time at various snafus and historical moments through the years.
It's almost
and we
as
can
if we
read
do that
through
once
all
a
the
year,
forum, read through all the forum comments on what happened, like for Polywater Yar and Captain Killy and all that stuff. That would be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, we should go back and read old forum comments for fuck ups. That could be good, and see how many of those people are still playing and call them out.
Control F slap in the face and look up all the threads that.
Yeah, no, you are right, Danjamin. There's been a lot better support the last sort of, I don't know, even kind of since the crew, the staff exodus. Sorry, I'm really stuttering tonight. The staff exodus a few months back. It does seem like they're kind of doubling down and going, no, everything is fine, all is okay. All is okay, and then they all break into musicals.
Did you say exodus or execution?
Little column A, little column B. Yeah, do butter. That was another one as well. Before we get too sidetracked as well, let's talk about, since we're talking about ship schematics, there is a new kind of semi-honor sale on at the moment, but not what everyone wants. There is some honor sale for ship schematics that is currently on in the honor sale. You can say that 3 times fast. Which I don't know the cost because thank you. Because I was just not interested. But you can spend your honor for skip schematics. I cannot say that. Someone else is going to have to start talking. Pull up, please, Auto.
I'm enjoying this. You keep going.
Let him hang himself.
Yeah.
I love honor. I demand honor.
If in doubt, Mariner. Are you guys pulling on the ship schematics for honor? Is that something you're going to do? Is anyone that? Have you done it? Would you like to do it? Any of the in-portal ship, which there are quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm perfectly happy just getting the slow drip from Voyages and everywhere else I get it, and I think it's far more rewarding just to focus on Arena and try to get as high as I can, so I get a really big chunk of them over the course of a month. That's going to do more for me, I think, for free than paying into something that's going to take away from keeping my crew stocks high. The honor sale is just so warping to the way that we all play the game. It is so much benefit, and if you can hold out just for every 3 months, here and there, we've talked before about where honor could be used, but there's really no debate on how best it's used, and that's during the sale. And I don't think that this ship behold really changes that.
Pull up in chat, folks. Let us know what you think about the ship schematic offer for honor.
And Auto's gone extra patriotic for this discussion. Is there a red, white, and blue ship in there, or do we just do Raggin?
Is that a sock? Okay.
No, it's like a bandana thingamajig. I don't know. It's on the table, so I'm playing with it.
Yeah, wear that at the award show. That'd be great. But no, yeah. So is any? I mean, are there any ships that have come out that can really? Because the meta for fleet boss battles and for arena hasn't really changed in the last few months. You know, you're still running the Kraken. Maybe the rocket ship's gone a bit out of style since the nerf, the HDR nerf, I think it was. But the fleet boss battles, people are still using Artifact. They're still using the ISS Enterprise. Is there anything new that do you think WRG are going to start looking at the ships and go, maybe we should start tweaking these a little bit for the places where people are using them?
They very clearly have made an effort with ships, more particularly with crew, since boss battles has come out. They're printing a lot of competitive options. The problem is with ships, you can only run one at a time. And, you know, maybe if they had expanded the different bosses as they originally intended to, then you'd see more variety. But it's just, if a ship is better than another ship for the Doomsday device, then that's all you're going to see, as long as people can get access to it. So it's tough to make it competitive in an area of the game where you can only run one option at a time. So they could definitely spice things up on Voyages more than that little antimatter boost, because, you know, people just kind of select that automatically anyway.
We don't even need to look at it now. It does
Right.
it does it itself now. You literally open the Voyage screen, it's already popped up. This is your best ship, so you don't even need to look at the ships and by the time you're selecting crew, the image hasn't even loaded. So a lot of the time I'm just like, don't even know what ship it is, I'm just selecting my crew now. Thanks to Data Core. Use their Voyage calculator now.
Core.
Yeah, and like Marco says, I wish I get more use from my favourite ship, the USS Prometheus. And this comes back to what we were talking about, an extension of what we were talking about with crew a few months back, when they were saying we want more ways to use our crew, and now we have fleet boss battles, and we're going to have this new equipment feature or continuum missions that's coming up soon. So I half wonder if maybe they'll start to extend a look at how can we use more ships, maybe give Arena a bit of a refresh, because that's the oldest, and now, along with Gauntlet, the oldest and stalest function in the game. It would be nice maybe if they did a few quality of life changes there, perhaps.
I think a ship collection is what's needed if you want to drive your pack sales. Because I think then even the board elder veterans would convert a little bit of dilithium if it meant something like a global boost to whatever.
Yeah, I'm happy with what they've already done, introducing fleet boss battles and really creating a different kind of ship meta without having to add things like special abilities or other tricks. You know, making us use multiple ships just because they're the best tool for the job is really fantastic. They've really made me and a lot of other people think about how we approach these different types of ship battles. But I feel like we've already kind of solved the way that we run Arena. It's all Kraken now. I mean, yeah, you know, if I see a rocket ship, I'm extremely happy because that's an easy win. To those of you who haven't changed, you may want to take a look at that. But but same with Fleet Boss Battle. If you're on the Artifact, you're good. There are some substitutes. The Constellation's fine. Constellation, that's right.
Yeah.
And but once we once we kind of solve these formats, we need some new new things to play, and we need a new boss. We need something to kind of mix things up a little bit, and that's really what's going to drive the pack sales. If they want us to buy packs, they've got to create that incentive, and I like the incentive they put out there already. I just want more of it.
I tell you what'll drive pack sales. Pascal Fullerton. What a scoundrel that guy is.
What an excellent segue. Let's move over.
I didn't know there'd be required watching before getting a mega crew, but I had no idea who this guy was.
Yeah, let's go over and start having a look at the crew that are coming out. So the casual mega has now started, and let's take a look at your recurring crew, which you can get, if I can find him on the thing. There he is. The crew you can get if you rank to 25,000 in the next 3 events. You already missed one, unfortunately. If you got him, you can get Pascal Fullerton from the Tourist Worf Jadzia episode, where Worf goes to Riser and becomes an eco-terrorist, which is probably regarded as one of the worst DS9 episodes out there. But you're right, Danjvid, this guy is completely forgettable because he's kind of like the generic boilerplate TNG DS9 era millionaire villain. You know, he's kind of got.
Is he even wringing his hands in the picture?
He is, yeah. He's got the Mr. Burns. Excellent. You know, he's kind of a little bit Henry Starling as well. He's a little bit of the guy. What was the episode where Data goes down to the planet where no one wants to move out, and he ends up killing the water supply?
Oh yeah, Mr. Radioactive.
Mr. Radio, yeah. Was it the Ensigns of Command?
Oh wait, no, that's maybe I'm mixing.
Thine Own Self.
Yeah, I think.
No, Thine Own Self was a different one. That was the one where he...
Yeah, I think I'm mixing up my episodes.
Yeah,
For podcast listeners, are you interested in the Honor Schematic Pack? 0% say yes, 0% say maybe, but at a wrong price. Half of our respondents say no, and half go full Swifty. I am never, ever, ever, ever getting back together with Honor Schematic Packs.
She left you. It's not worth it. Don't text to them in regret.
Chairman of the New Essentialist Movement, Pascal is determined to, quote, restore the moral traditions of the Federation.
Through causing it to rain on Riser.
This guy was a top 3 knob in the history of Star Trek. So much so that by osmosis, Worf became an almost equal knob, and everyone hated him in that episode. If stars are here, it's what is it, a hit piece on his character in Star Trek, something like that. Not a great episode, but at least we had what's her name, Jadzia's ex-girlfriend in the episode, so I kind of brought it up a little bit.
That was I forgot her name. She is in the game. Oriana? No, that's the little girl. Begins with an O, doesn't it? God, there's too many damn crew. Arandis.
Arandis.
With an A.
Thank you.
Yes, who was Miss Universe or something? Miss America?
So at least they did something interesting with this character, like give it, really, really interesting skills and give it lots and lots of collections. I'm really glad that they decided to really push this because it was a lesser known character.
So for those unveiling Danjamin's newly discovered sarcasm routine there.
I knew he'd rub off on you, buddy.
You're turning me into a cynic. It's happening.
Hey, there it is. He is in the Communicator collection, and that's it. So that collection is already pretty full of crew. You can get a lot easier, but you will get him 4 or 5 if you get him in the event.
When they add the Civilian and Desperate collections...
Oh, they will.
And Human and Federation, then you'll be sorry.
Politician, I could see being a collection. I could see him doing that. Saboteur as well. There's definitely potential there. But
he's easily one of the top 800 humans. In the game. So.
Listen, I don't even know 800 humans. He doesn't even make that list. But you're getting 4 of him, like whether you like it or not. You could just not play the event, but why would you not do that? You can get 4 of him. He's not a great Voyager side dipsec. Is not a great skill set, really. It has some use, but it's all right. You're not going to be getting events with him.
When people ask in Discord and on the Reddit, new players, should I star him up? You're going to hear a lot of people say, oh yeah, add that last star. It adds all sorts of stats. Tell them to shove it where the sun don't shine and get good at the game, because this is not a crew that you want to waste a gold citation on under any circumstances, all right? Just don't.
You should do it too. If you're going to cite it, you have to watch the episode first. Watch the episode and then decide if you're going to cite him, because I guarantee by the time you finish that 50 minutes, you'll be like, actually, I've made a horrible mistake, and you'll be texting support to go like, please, I beg you, I regret my decision, like Worf regrets causing terrorism and holding up gold pants. That's where I laugh track.
Yeah, no site for me. This guy's gonna sit in my roster for a good 9 months until I eventually get lucky. Pull him out of some other portal pack in the future, and then finally get to freeze his ass. So it's just going to be rust on my roster until then.
Absolutely, which is kind of a shame, because you think of a mega crew, you want something. We've said this before, for a mega crew, for a campaign crew as well. You want something that's going to be a bit impactful, or something that's going to make you remember. Like we remember Borg Queen and the other Borg Queen, the 2 Borg Queens we've had, and all the other great crew that have been great. But we've had a few, duds, Suspiria. Some other ones as well, there have been, so they seem to go up and down. For a casual collection though, do you think he fits casual? This guy seems a bit all business for casual, and he's not even got casual trait.
His hatred of casual was like the whole plot point of the story though, so
maybe it's the anti-pick.
You might have to actually read event text to get this one.
Yeah, I still wish we could replay event text.
Head to the wiki. It's all there.
Good job. Yeah, good on the wikis. I don't know, something about the clicking and interacting. Maybe we can have an interactive wiki. We can get like a Flash page. Do they still do Flash? I don't know. We get some sort of animated WebM thing we can click and actually relive the event moments. That'd be cool. Namer, if you're listening, that's your job from now on. That's your next
Don't
feature.
put him on that.
He knows I'm playing. He knows I'm playing. Okay, let's talk about campaign crew instead then. How about for your hard-earned money and for your $24, £23, you could submit to the existing Uber campaign and get yourself 4 stars on Lady Audrey Chapel, another part of the Elysian Kingdom, which is now a collection as well. For your bang for your buck, Medsai Dip. She is a. This is quite interesting because she is a doctor, but other variants are actually nurses, and I think primarily because in the Elysian Kingdom, she was the medical professional, so I think the trait might actually be right there. But she is also caregiver and resourceful, because who isn't? What do we think? Is this worth the money, Lady Audrey Chapel? Dan, you going for her? Did you buy the campaign for her, or did you just get it because it's just good value for your money?
I'm super picky about what I go premium Uber campaign for, and I think this really fills an important spot. So I mean, we've had some really great crew with this trio of skills lately, but they've all been event drops where you had to actually do well and achieve. And so if you got your Devious Duet or your Starfleet Phlox or your King Ridley's, you're pretty much doing well in this trio of skills at the current power level that we've crept to. But if you haven't and you're still working your way up in the game, you could do a lot worse than putting money into this one. I think she's a fine character. Certainly she's got the collections too. So I think we're doing good with her.
In the role of Lady Audrey, Chapel becomes a spiritual healer, able to feel the pain of others.
Which is, loose for how little screen time she actually had in that episode, because essentially she just got confused and being all mystic in sickbay while Mabenga was kind of going like, what is going on? It's about as good as you can make a character.
Big Kaldos 4 Crusher vibes from the art.
Can we go 1 week without a ghost fucker reference? That'd be great.
Kaldos 4. Don't make me time you out, Idle.
How about the fact that the Elysian Kingdom she is part of as well? Does that motivate you to get her? Bearing in mind the Elysian Kingdom is a vanity collection, so there's no stats to be had. However, people are mad for collections. Confess. Does this sway your opinions on it? Would you get her just for the collection? I don't think she's going to be very good voyagers. Medsai is common and she doesn't rank high enough to kind of be worth it, I don't think. I might just quickly check a spreadsheet while we're doing that so I can get her position while you guys talk now.
Yeah, if you're opening up your super premium beholds, I mean, really, you should always be choosing the featured crew. But if you open up some really fantastic other crew, it'd have to be like super good. It'd have to be like a Spock or something that would completely unseat her. And I even
Spock
still think
over Chapel.
Ooh, there we go. I think that your gold site is really well used here, and pick all 4 of her and go.
Yeah, her base not bad. Like if you go for med seats, which aren't common, she's high enough up in there. Sorry, I thought you were going to talk, so I paused for a drink. They're in West Coast. She's number 2 in the dip side med, so she's just below Devious Stewart Jurati. If you haven't got any other crew, maybe there are probably better people you can cite and take. Because 76 isn't going anywhere.
I passed on Judoka Kirk once in his campaign because he was so bland and boring. I just grabbed someone with better collections. I've
done campaigns where I only got one of Spock and T'Pring, because the crew wasn't that great, but when the other choices in the Behold, I was just like, these are better crew. I made sure I got at least one just to have them, but there were other ones I'm just like, well, this one fills 3 other collections and is a stronger crew. So there are times when the campaign crew that you get in these exclusive Beholds could be better, but always make sure I at least get one of the premium, because otherwise, it's what you're paying for.
I will say her hull repairability on a 20-second cycle is competitive with other options. So if you're starting out and you're trying to get into fleet boss battles and someone says, oh, you need this crew, maybe Uhura from the Honor Hall, well, this would be a decent pickup for there. Helping you out in other areas of the game.
Yeah.
And I will say that Jess Bush has been probably my second favorite part of season 2 of Strange New Worlds. Has some really strong episodes in there. So if you're riding the wave of euphoria along with the rest of us nerds for Strange New Worlds, this is a nice variant to get, because she doesn't have really any standout variants in game. So this would probably be the one to get if you had your pick.
And if you want to watch our reviews of those episodes, they're on YouTube as well, and it's quite entertaining. Still working on the Subspace Rhapsody one. There's a bit of singing we need to sort out first. Would you believe? I might be meeting Jess Bush this weekend because I'm going to Destination Trek, the Star Trek convention. If anyone's going there in Birmingham and you're heading this way, I'll be there with Cranky and Seven. Come by and say hello. I'll be rolling around the festival. Not quite sure what I'm going to be doing yet, but it shall be involved drinks. So come and buy me a drink. And...
You're going to be getting drunk and videoing yourself in the.
It's going to be a bad idea. It's gonna be fun. Speaking of, so you say this is your second favourite performance of Strange New Worlds. Who was your first, just out of interest?
Rubber Beltran as Chakotay.
What in? Is it time for? Welcome to Bob for Babs, where we submit your Chakotays and receive a Mabenga. Our first contestant this week, Automaton 2000. Yeah, anyway, so this is King Ridley. He is here. Who would you prefer? Would you prefer Robert Beltran or King Ridley to give you a massage from behind on a hot beach?
Wait, Robert Beltran the person or Chakotay?
Robert Beltran the person, or sorry, no, I'll be fair. Robert Beltran or Babs, his surname. Sorry, I cannot pronounce it.
Oh, Babs. You kidding me?
Babs. Oh. How about you, Danjavin? Who would you rather
maybe not
receive
before,
a manly massage
maybe
from?
not before I saw him shirtless this season, but now that I have, all bets are off.
Ooh. Yeah, it would have to be Mbenga with the juice so he can really work those knots out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And he's a medical
Warm up the
professional as
oil in
well.
his
He can get the
hands.
elbows in and everything. Yeah. So yes, the other crew you can. I've featured this. Usually we don't talk about the premium crew, but since this is a Benga featured week, there's a few other variants we'll be talking about. I thought, why not talk about King Ridley as well, who was replaced last minute because they originally put in the previous Supremium crew. Christ, who was it? I forget his name now. The Anson Mount, the Pike variant. There are too many crew.
Ruafo.
Ado Ruafo Pike with the stretched face from Insurrection.
Mbenga finds himself cast as King Ridley, a hero in search of a precious artifact in his daughter's favorite storybook.
Let me ask you this, chat. How's this for those that have him? How have you been using him? Has he been good? Has he been good for you? Is this worth people getting maybe just the premium for the King Ridley if you missed his? I think it was an event he was originally featured in. He is Voyage Rank 107, Med Dip Psi. Is he still top of your league? Ton of collections. Let us know if you've still been using. I personally have. He's still one of my frequent voyagers.
This is another pet peeve I got to call you on.
Go on.
Another one of those timelines truisms, which is actually falsism. How has he been doing for you so far? Means the year plus or whatever that you've had this crew where his stats are higher than it ever will be. That's like irrelevant. If he's been doing good so far, he's going to unequivocally be doing less good moving forward unless you start deleting cards from the game.
Guess what?
So be careful when you hear. Yeah, so be careful when you hear anecdotal evidence.
That's very true.
From
Don't believe
folks,
anything we say. This whole show is a lie.
That's
You're not
true.
really watching
That's
us.
true.
You need to wake up now. It's time to wake up. Yeah.
What? Why isn't it working? Damn it, Beltran.
Get me out. Get me out. Operator. Done with the Matrix. King Ridley, he's fairly good. He has got a ton of collections, which, Physician is a hard collection, Caregiver is a hard collection, Costume is fairly difficult, especially if you're sort of either free to play or spending light. Well, obviously, if you're free to play, you're not getting him from this campaign. But how about you, Danjavin? Are you still a Ridley user?
Yeah, I am. I had him frozen for a while. I thought Kovic would unseat him, and really they've been flying together. So since I brought him back out of the deep freeze, he's been going about once a week for me, maybe more often. He's been doing great, and I love his art. I love seeing him on the ship.
It's a great crew, actually.
Really great. Yeah.
And again, another release in Kingdom crew as well to really bump that vanity up.
Just to make people feel old, there are
Red alarm.
280.
Red alarm.
Thank you,
Red
Midnight Lilac
alarm.
9, for following. Thank you, and for also interrupting Auto.
It's tradition. There are 289 crew in the game with 4 or more collections.
Is that really true? Wow. I mean, that's to be expected, but
289.
I think who's got the most? There's someone like 8 collections now, and it's probably a Spock. Should have to look
It's
that
still
up.
each
Probably a nog.
Aya with 7.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Picard, COP, Picard, and Spock have 7 each.
That's crazy, and that's crazy. Okay, let's talk about the upcoming event win, the previous event win, Base Camp McCoy, who was just finished in the last event. Dipmed, those who have him, how is he doing? Voyage rank 99, just a physician, caregiver, communicator. But this is cool art. I will give the Final Frontier some props because the first 10 minutes of this film is actually okay, and the whole base camping stuff is all right. And then as soon as you take away the McCoy, Spock, Kirk dynamic, it kind of falls off a cliff. But
dude, everything until the last 10 minutes of that movie are comedy masterpiece.
Okay, of course, it's a comedy.
We need to watch that together. It's gonna be incredible.
We should watch that tomorrow. We'll be talking about watching something tomorrow. We should do that.
McCoy is not very happy with the way Kirk has chosen to spend his vacation and considers climbing the mountain, enveloping that mountain, to be an irresponsible act.
Actually, I've got a trigger for that somewhere. Hang on.
You know, hold on, I gotta. All right, well, you do that. I'm going to complain some more because I'm so good at that. Frantic McCoy's flavor text says, Dr. McCoy is not happy. This crew, what's his name? Base Camp McCoy. Says, McCoy's not very happy with the way... They're both DIP primary. Why are these angry McCoys DIP primary crew? Shouldn't they be something else?
That is mostly McCoy's diplomacy. He is just annoyed at people to resolve conflict. He does it with Spock all the time. He's like, Jim. He's like, God damn it, Jim, you need to be more reasonable. You know, that's his way of just explaining situations.
It's his bedside manner. Yep.
Exactly. This is the clip I was trying to find.
I think the climber wants to hug the mountain, envelop that mountain, to make love to the mountain.
From a very infamous Shatner interview.
Row
Urban beans.
Beans. Marshmallow. Yeah, there's not really much to talk about this crew. He is pretty standard.
That scarf jauntily tied actually kind of pulls them together.
Yeah, it's great. I would have liked to
and
have...
the double denim.
Yeah, the double... you can't go better than double denim. There is a great advert with... it's like a clothing advert with Shatner and DeForest Kelley, and they're standing on like probably Vasquez Rocks, where doing some very sort of like 70s fashion look, and it's like, yeah, that's the aesthetic they will never outlive. Okay, that's about as much we can say on him. Who have we got next? Let's have a look. Let's skip through, and I believe it is time, if I can find him, it's time for another episode of Bob for Bags. This week, we are talking about Luau Chakotay. So my question to you, my contestant Automaton 2000, you are sitting in the forest wilderness and you see someone in the distance chopping wood with their shirt off. Would you rather it be Luau Chakotay or King Ridley?
I'd rather it be me, actually. I love chopping wood. It's one of my favorite activities.
But we actually do have our first Chakotay variant in quite some time, especially at the 5-star level. Dip Command Med, boo, and literally...
This is such fashion catalog art, by the way.
Is,
He's got
it?
hands in his pockets, looking sideways, doing the blue steel. Ever so heavily airbrushed.
In the scene, isn't he? I think that's when they're both sort of strolling in the background. Maybe? I don't know, I'd have to rewatch the episode. And now you talk.
Chakotay is having a great time and resting up at the luau, not yet knowing what lies ahead.
What did lie ahead? Jen says Abercrombie and Fitch Chakotay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Look at those trousers. Yeah. And the sandals. Sandals without socks? What's he doing?
But so, is there room in your heart for both? Because we've got a great Star Trek V crew, and then we also have a nearly the same skill set.
That's
a
true.
Really great Chakotay. So.
Yeah,
I do love Chakotay. Robert is wearing his welcome out with folks lately. But,
he has been a bit of a sore point. I think mostly due to just not paying attention, if I'm honest. But yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, if you want to dig into his Twitter history, just be prepared. The artwork here, I am not as keen on this. Look, this smells of artist number 2 to me. There's a little bit of yellow in there. Little less definition.
I think
on the
he's
face.
getting better though.
He is getting better, or they are getting better.
That's true. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
But
I love the detail on the sandals, though. Man, you can see every toe.
And you're gonna need to. You're gonna need every
Autogasm.
every toe.
I bet I could fit that whole sandal in my mouth easy.
Oh, we're gonna have to send you to WikiFeet, aren't I? Have you heard of that? It's basically a Wikipedia with all celebrities' feet, and now we can add Robert Beltran's animated feet into that collection. I think
his arena quote is "Let's mingle." I love it.
Is it really? Does he even say that?
Let's mingle. I don't know.
Is he like from the 60s?
You think I'm listening to what's coming out of his mouth when he's on
Powers?
screen?
Hey, baby, let's mingle.
If we could get a arena quote shagadelic one day, that would be sublime.
We were talking to someone about arena quotes fairly recently, and I think there was scope for it, but I believe it all comes down to storage. But I think a lot of our apps have sort of expanded their storage space now, so maybe we could get arena quotes for all 1,400 crew. Wouldn't that be good?
I forgot about this, but go look up Luau Chakotay on BigBook.app and take a look at the background.
Oh, yes. Do that. BigBook.
That was not my doing.
Luau Chakotay. No, Namer has a genius sense of humor. It is good fun. Okay, we have done.
How do you get tactician hanging out at a luau?
He's not very resourceful there either. I would think this is probably the least egregious use of a resourceful.
Well, yes, but that was thrown out years ago. Everybody's resourceful now. Badge challenge Linus, who can't figure out how to do something basic, is resourceful. So.
Resourceful is your generic. They're in Starfleet, or they're somewhere. I mean, we're all resourceful just for providing a resource. Maybe that's what it means. He's providing a resource of his amazing fashion sense. Oops.
Raw heat.
Raw heat. Anyway, thank you for tuning in for that episode of Bob for Babs. Let's go for...
We have another one, right?
Hang on. I've got to get the crew up first. Welcome to another episode of Bob for Babs. This week on the show, fly fishing Mbenga. Okay, so who would you rather be stuck in a knee-high river with, fly fishing Mbenga or Luau Chakotay?
You got to mix up the Chakotays a little bit, because I already picked them last time.
Okay.
Give me a different Chakotay.
Okay, how about Desperate Chakotay? Fly fishing Mbenga's Desperate Chakotay, since they're both 4-star. How about that?
Yeah, I'd have to go with Babs, because I could hold on to him as a flotation device with his vest that he's got on. So,
hang on.
You know, the first time I saw him on the Strange New Worlds, I'm like, I swear to God, if he's not a legendary crew, I'm going to be so mad and upset. And sure enough, they have to stick him with some purple that you'll never use.
I need to... So I've got too many triggers. I can't find the ones I want to
Voyage 113. Why print a super rare 113?
I don't think anyone's... Who's getting super rares for Voyages? Even as a new player, you wouldn't...
Well, as a new player, you might. And
only
he's
if you
an
play
event
Nightmare.
reward,
Actually,
so you get multiple copies.
Janos is in chat. He can talk to this, him being one of the premium exclusive Nightmare players of the community.
Well, no, he's med primary, and you're getting 3 or 4 copies from an event. So I think people would use them early on.
You get all four copies from the previous
Why give him
event.
such bad power, though? I don't get it. Who are you afraid of power creeping?
I guess they have to keep the med low when he's a med primary. To keep him in place. But I'd be pretty happy. I think at any stage of the game, if I got a really strong, maybe not really strong, I'm overstating, but if I got a reasonably strong 4 stars in a med primary crew, and it's my first month of the game, yeah, this guy would fly, and she's got 4 collections on top of it. Sign me up. This is great for everybody, I think.
Yeah,
we're not going to let you back if you're not a little more negative about things.
Physician caregiver.
And jack up the hyperbole.
I took the bait. There we go. He can fish in my fly anytime. What else?
Okay,
one-liners gonna come up. All right, good.
I think there's a balance between, is this crew good for Voyages, or are they just super rare collection fodder? This guy's super rare collection fodder. I mean, casual and athlete aren't the hardest collections, but physician caregiver, physician especially, any kind of 4-star crew, and there you're just like, gimme, because otherwise you're gonna have to cite people like Dark Ages McCoy or or Physician Pulaski or Surgeon Pulaski. That's the one. So yeah, just give me any. That's worth its weight in gold. I found the trigger I wanted to do. It was this one.
In the event of a water landing, I have been designed to serve as a flotation device.
There we go. Would you like Mbenga to inflate like that? Oh, where's stars when I
would
need
be
it?
the one inflating. During his shore leave, Mbenga chose a quiet activity, fly fishing, which I should note is exactly 69 characters in length. This flavor text.
Nice. Is it really?
Yes, it is. Someone out there loves Mbenga almost as much as I do.
Okay, how about... Welcome to another episode of Bob for Babs. This week on the show, challenging Chakotay Lover Automaton 2000, it is Mbenga and Oriana. Okay, before the copyright strike. Okay, so who would you rather have be carried on the back of through an aliens-like but not quite aliens situation? Mbenga and Oriana. Obviously, Oriana is not there. It is you instead. Or, let's say, temporal... What's his name? Chakotay. Temporally...
Oh, Rambo, Temporal
Rambo
Prisoner
Chakotay.
Chakotay.
Rambo Chakotay or this
Rambo
Mbenga.
Kote is still top of my list.
Oh, we found the difference. We found the difference. How about you, Dan?
Raw animal magnetism.
Yeah,
Yes.
Vori Defender Chakotay is leaving me a little fatigued. I think I'll go.
Fatigue.
and here, if I'm riding on his back, I can reciprocate that back rub he gave me earlier.
Ooh. Carry me on your back, I'll carry you on mine.
This is not the best likeness. This is a artist number 2 likeness of Mbenga.
Oriana looks particularly bad, which is not great. Kind of looks a little Morlocky, which is
like
not
a
great.
vole person. Yeah.
yeah, very mousy, almost kind of like
but not in a good way.
Chippendale. No, yeah, Chip. What are they called? Rescue Rangers. Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Yeah, I knew I was like not the Chippendales. That's something else.
Mbenga helps Kirk execute their plan to lure out the Gorn, while also taking care of a Vallejo Beta V castaway, a young girl named Oriana.
Vallejo Beta.
5,
Vallejo, it's good for your skin, but bad for your intestines.
Wheel of Vallejo. You can buy them for some dilithium.
That's the next premium currency. I've got 16 Vallejo. It's also a type of paint you can buy.
Everyone's watching to see what you will do.
Thank you, Nifty. By the way, triggers are not for subs, no longer for subs anymore. Anyone can trigger them. Forge Vision says, not sure if it's been mentioned yet, but a new Prime Gaming loot is up. They've been doing this recently, which we haven't mentioned before, but if you are a member of Amazon Prime, you can get some free stuff for timelines with your Prime Gaming account. So apparently there is something new up. If anyone can let us know what that is, that would be wonderful. Last time they gave away, I think it was like 5 packs or something like that, and then before some dilithium. So that's pretty cool for those that already separate. Okay, let's go for the real meat. 300 crons. Okay, fine. It's free.
Just my arm.
I'll sign up to Prime for however much that is. Oh, and a couple of premium
Go right into the cab farming sheet and farm up some things with those.
Hey, how many Vallejo Beta Hemmers outfits could you get for 300 crons? How about, let's talk about the Bombshell. Artist number 2's probably their best work yet, and one you can win next week's event. Rites of Separation Leela, also from the Pascal Fullerton episode. Alita, where Bashir and Lita go on a wonderful escape to actually split up in a very kind of cool way. Like, I wish that, we could learn, as humans, we could learn something from these Bajorans about how to amicably end relationships. But Rites of Separation Leela is going to be the event win. She is Bajoran, which, cough, there might be a Bajoran collection coming. Oh, sorry, I just come out like that. It's really strange. But she is also a resourceful communicator, casual. Again, more Dip Med Psi. Danjavin. Oh, actually, Auto, do your flavor text. And then Danjavin, talk about this crew. And then I'm going to drink.
So I'm looking at, on Big Book Data app, I'm looking at Chase Masterson, yeah.
Masterson.
In a swimming suit. And then I scroll down and it's like, oh, tier 6 or knees are too pointy, would not collect. It's like, come on, what do you want this crew for? It's not for the dip primary, so.
It is not, no. There is I mean, you are probably talking to the Timelines audience, which would be like, yes, please. Danjavin.
While vacationing on Ryza, Lita and Bashir amicably end their relationship with the ancient Bajoran rite of separation.
Danjavin, would you like to go fly fishing with rites of separation, Leela or Arandis?
Oh, I'll take the chase card every day. This is despite her low tier, this is actually a pretty solid crew. I like the skill set. It's something we haven't really had a whole lot of. DVS duet. That's about it. There's some there's some play here. I don't know if I'd be first to max on her, but but she's fine. It's a fine card.
No, I'm not going to make that joke. I'm going to leave that one well away. Hang on, I'm just trying to find out where she is. My spreadsheets are failing because I haven't put her in the spreadsheet yet. That's why I can't find her. Yeah, this is okay crew, but yeah, like you say, Auto, collections and vanity appeal are definitely one there. There is Chase Marston is a very attractive lady. She has been doing recently some audiobook stuff as well as the STO appearance as well. She's been playing a character called Vienna in the Big Finish audio series, which I've been listening to. This is kind of nice, so we get like the little Doctor Who fandom, the Star Trek fandom cross courses as well. So that's kind of cool. Thank you, Rigel Cummins. You're on the same wavelength as I was. You have the appropriate username. Okay, last major crew we're going to be talking about today is... I really should put these in a proper order, really, shouldn't I? Spock as T'Pring, coming hot off the heels from T'Pring as Spock. We now have the other side of it from the episode of Strangely Well Season 1, Spock Amok. We have a very good likeness of Ethan Bakupek here.
Why do you do all the super rares? It's not like we're talking about stats anyways. So
because they were all Mabengas. I was playing Bobs for Babs, so I picked
we
on
have
them.
Barrows and Ortegas and Spock and...
No, Spock's legendary.
Paradise Spock.
Oh, Paradise. Oh, well, no, I'm skipping those because they're not Mabenga. That was the whole point. We don't talk about super rares because who gives a shit? I was just doing that for the bit.
I give a shit. Someone's got to go to bat for these fine crew.
That's when we bring Genos on for the nightmare talk. Anyway, sorry. Disapproving. It's like, who's running this show now? Spock is T'Pring. This is a Tuesday exclusive from last week.
T'Pring as Spock.
And them too. Spock as Spock and T'Pring as T'Pring. Wow. Did you pull a Tuesday pack for this crew? Who is still pulling Tuesday packs out there after the whole... that's the other thing I forgot to mention about Mbenga and Oriana, is they're part of the Mix Behold, so you can't actually get them unless you're very lucky and spending lots of dilithium, which you should not be doing. Oh, it is supposed to be T'Pring as Spock, isn't it? It is, actually, yes. Why is the text wrong?
They're different. There's Spock as T'Pring and T'Pring as Spock.
Blame BigBook.app because I think I pulled the stats straight from there. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong stats. I did it wrong. That's me. I did it bad. Okay. Anyway, professionalism. There we go. Thank you, Genos. I should get that as a trigger that you guys can trigger.
Once in Spock's body, T'Pring is forced to do all of his tasks. Really, all of them, including negotiating with the Rongovians until the switch is undone.
Let me find the correct stats, because those are not correct. But he is...
What cab rating is
That's a good idea. What's the cab rating on him?
You got me off guard. I gotta go look this up. Not
this
great.
By the way, this is a female crew, not male.
Which is interesting, because I think you would have thought they'd have put both tags on.
Yes, anatomically male, but it's a woman inhabiting... Can't wait till we get Janice Lester Kirk.
Oh my god, please. That's so terrible. So, tier 3.
Yeah, T'Pring as Spock is a good solid A on cab, but, nothing really stand out about it across the board here. No gauntlet play. Ship battle ability is interesting. A little bit of power there, but yeah, I think the aggregate is really just pulled up by that. Yeah, I'm sick of this skill set, and I feel like this sash is like a lead weight. You're just gonna drop. The more these, dipsec size and other, stick them all in a hat and pull them out. It's still the same thing, no matter which order you put them in. it's not going to have any staying power.
How many of
Although I
these-
am excited for the fusion of Spock as T'Pring as Spock once we join both of them again, and they're totally back in their own bodies.
They could be in front of the candles, couldn't they? As they're all going out, like infusing bodies, and then we could have the Trip Tucker and the alien he gets banged up by from the episode of Enterprise, and they could be with their hands in the jar. And that, yeah, I'm waiting for pregnant Trip. That's my request.
But really, just more candles. We just need more candles is the theme of the show today. So
more candles. Speaking of Ghost Fucker Crusher, no.
No,
this
you
is
are.
actually just ignore the stats on the screen for those that aren't watching, or for those that are watching not on a podcast. This is actually Dipsai Command. Dipsai Command. He's tier 3, 2 collections, Healthy Discourse, Live Long and Proper. And I realised if you go on Big Book, you can bigbook.app. You can find the first to Maxes as well. And the first to Max was done by Agent Graham, who is going to be congratulations to them for beating Frank and SSR Cisco to actually FDMing anything.
This is the 4th of 6 legendary crew we discussed today that are dip primary.
Yeah. Dip is the biggest dip.
I did notice that. I took a look out of the past 20 crew that have been launched. 18 of them have had dip somewhere in them. It's really telling. I think it's a catch-all, right? If anybody talks in an episode, they got dip. So
I've thought about this before, and I'm thinking for Star Trek in general. I know Otto, you've done your big deep dive on Voyage skill sets and where they are. You obviously Command Dip Sec is the most popular combination, but I've been thinking for Star Trek for the variety of characters that we have and the theme of the subject material, it is a lot of it is diplomacy. It is. Can we get over this by talking and resolving things in a mature, almost post-humane way? It's kind of a theme for the series, so I'm not surprised we get a lot of dip crew.
That's why when you have someone like Suspiria who hangs dead crewmen streaming blood from their bodies from the ceiling, obviously diplomacy is the first thing you need to put with that crew. So they definitely got that one right.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course they do. Anyway, did anyone in chat, did you pull on this crew? Did you get them? Please let us know. Are you still pulling Tuesday packs? What do you think of the mix for holds? We've talked about that before, and it's usually a big wah wah. But yes, Genos did. Wow. Thank you, Auto. Let's...
I'm such a boomer.
I go boom boom. No. That is... No, okay, I've just proven it now, haven't I? So that almost wraps it up. So look out for an honor sale coming up, maybe sometime early December.
September.
I'm just gonna have a bit of a think. I'm just gonna have a bit of a think about what could be the next campaign crew that's coming out, and I keep thinking I've been getting inklings from the third dimension or the fifth dimension, the holographic dimension that they invaded in Chaotica. No, it's not coming to me. No, sorry, it's not there. And maybe there's another Borg on the horizon as well. This is my new thing I'm doing is Mystic Idol. I was going to do a whole thing with sitar music and wavy audio, but I didn't have time. Instead, I just had time to do this instead. Thank you for coming to Timelines Talks. I should end the show like that sometime. That would be interesting. Just do a whole spinny thing. But thank you, Auto. Thank you, Danjavin, for coming this week. Do we want to play a little bit of Guess the Tier from 2020?
No, but what we do want to play is Behold a Meter.
I can't do that. I've broken it. I know I had to break the Beholder meter. I realised it was causing me quite a lot of... I was loading 1,400 images into a slideshow. My computer was going nuts. Every time I loaded OBS, I had to abandon it. I did beg Namer to see if he could make me a Beholder meter, but he's far too busy. So if anyone maybe might like to make a program. Instead, how about Guess the Tier, if I can find the document. Here it is. Guess the Tier from...
I like how you phrase it in the form of a question, as if there's any kind of uncertainty as to where we're going with this.
Jenna stealing Cranky's bit. We're not done yet. Okay.
It's the Timelines Talks equivalent of the wrap it up box. You better wrap it up.
No, we're not done yet. No. Please guess the tier from.
Gosh, you've only been going for 1 hour. Okay.
Exactly. That's kind of what I looked at. I was a bit like, this has been a really short show. Maybe we should do a little bit more. Let's play a few things.
God forbid.
Bear in mind, we have 14 tiers back from Auto's original document. Please tell me the tier of Admiral Owen Paris from back in, what was this, 2019, 2020, I think?
2019, maybe.
Admiral Owen Paris.
Now, he was the one that has a decent gauntlet command roll. Back when you could actually use purples in gauntlet. So, there's a chance. This is not Dougherty. I don't even know if we had Dougherty back then. We probably didn't, so. Out of 14 tiers, though, he can't be good. Didn't have any collections.
Did you have separate tiering for the purples back then?
Yeah.
So they were on their own scale? Okay.
Wait, no, they have a different number of tiers. The golds and the purple.
Oh, hang on. The
different.
purples have... purples
have
12, 13, 14... You have 14 tiers for purple.
Okay. Wait, what do we get if we win?
To stop doing the game.
A round of applause.
We get to stop? All right. Tier 9, 10.
9 or 10. Danjamin, do you want to have a guess?
I'm gonna say he seems better than that for this age. I think tier 6.
Well done, Danjavin. You win tier 6. Rather more useful than you'd expect with a tertiary psi, Admiral, get it, Gauntlet pairs, and the number 12 Voyage total. Unlikely to pick up many events.
Don't butcher my joke. It says admirable.
Oh, Admiral. Okay, I see it. Yeah, there it is. Unlikely to pick up many events with the pilot mega behind us, but the weekend isn't everything. Daily contributions are going to be your bread and butter of the early game, and Owen is nothing if not capable of pitching in. Tier 6, well done. Point for Danjavin. Let's spin.
Point for Roykirk, too, in chat.
Indeed. Oh, yeah, Roykirk, well done. Ooh. How about Ripper? Ripper, what tier did you put Ripper in?
Really, Ripper? Ooh, tier 1.
Oh, this is like in the middle of... We're all taking turns with the boomer. This is right like in the middle of like 8 Discovery Megas, and he was the number 1 sec base, which is a very common seat. So I think I liked him a decent amount.
Really? He's a skill.
7.
Isn't he just 2 skills? Oof. No.
Well, yeah, but if you could use him in like 20 events a year, then that's not so bad.
Tier 11.
You're going tier 11? You're going tier 7?
I haven't given no number yet.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, this is like Price is Right. So if he's going 11, I'll go 10, and I get anything above that.
He's getting the closest metric. Okay, I'll allow that. The correct answer, Chat Genos and Eric Nelson have it. It is tier 7. Ripper's value is highly volatile and is an event and roster dependent, unlike the all Disco Mega Cease. Ripper holds exceptional value. I won't read. It's quite a long note, so I won't read.
You don't need to read any of it, frankly. But
no, Frank isn't here right now. Okay, how about Captain Lorian?
Oh, he was a boss when he came out. We didn't have a lot of Eng Voyagers. There was like one in the top 50 or whatever when he came out. I remember a pack with he and Mirror Inquisitor Troy. That was very juicy. So I liked him quite a bit. He might have been 2. Tier 2, I'll say.
I don't know. Aang Prime is nice. I'm gonna pull your move. I'm gonna go tier 3.
Okay.
That is a point for Danjavin. He was indeed tier 3. Unfortunately, no one in chat got that right either. Rock solid for daily use. Lorien is also one of the gatekeepers to the Jury Rigger collection. Unless you cite some bad crew or wait for DB to release more, you're going to need to immortalize the superb Tupuka Lovechild. Sitting just outside the top 5 for both base and voyage engineering, he also has the chance to snag an occasional Vulcan event bonus, but is greater value without them. If you want to laugh, check out his arena page, where the odd mix of crit rating and plus EV activate after a solar beam-esque 18 seconds. By the way, everyone listening now, these are old notes. Don't apply this to your daily play now. This crew is trash now.
I want to take a moment to recognize, though, all the new notes that have been put into BigBook.app.
Oh, yes.
It's been
Absolutely.
really, really well updated in the past few weeks. Just a constant churn of stuff coming through. So do you know who all is behind writing these new notes here?
I do indeed.
They're mostly stat updates, but yeah, there's been a lot of work going in from Genos.
Indeed, Genos. So round of applause, Vulcan clap, Bedron claps all around for Genos and Daniel, who has been doing some hard work, along with Nifty as well, and they've both been sort of like tackling the Big Book notes and making sure they're up to date, and, you know, continuous for your daily play. Tourist Reed.
Oh, he's always been garbage.
But how garbage?
This is the one they say looks like X-Files, right?
No, that's Mirror
No,
Reed.
that's Mirror Reed.
Yeah.
But this one sort of does too. He's tier 8 now. That's probably higher than he was back then, somehow. Command Dip suck. He would have had no collections back then. Did they even have collections when I wrote this?
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
like
I guess
the basic
so.
set, yeah. Like
They had like 8 of them, yeah.
Yeah.
With 14 tiers, I'll go with 11.
Yeah, I think this is a workman grade crew. I personally love the art. I think it's very kinetic. I'd probably put him at tier 9.
Perhaps the epitome of genericness, sporting no collections, a bland shipability, uninspiring bases, and only serviceable gauntlet pairs, and a voyage total that doesn't even try to impress. Reed's goofy art is all about that notable. About all that's notable about this filler fella. 5 events don't impress either when they're tied to the least popular Trek series. Perhaps I'll eat my words if we ever get that romantic mega, but don't count on it. Tier 11.
Hey.
Fine, I get one right in my own thing.
All right, one more. Go on. How about...
You got 2 right so far, I think we're tied.
Tied. Okay, let's do the tiebreaker. Let's do the tiebreaker for HMS Pinafore Data. Our British star is a soaring soul.
Are you going to be singing on the Strange New Worlds thing?
No, the stars is.
Yes.
Okay. I'll be playing the piano.
I'm going to make sure before I tuned in. Okay.
I think I can sing quite well. But, maybe you're not in 5. I'm joking.
That was better than
All right, HMS Pinafore Data. You guys are just sitting there just like, what is his stats?
At the time, we had Detective, Romulan, Tempted, and Emotion Ship, and Mirror Data. And they were all kind of crappy on Voyages. Maybe Mirror was still okay. So I think this was a good Voyage refresh, and the #1 Eng base for Data variants. So I'll say, but he doesn't have much unique about. I'll say 4, but I want to say 3, but I'll say 4.
Sounds high. I'm going to go 6.
We've got some 6 and 5s and 8s from chat. Well, Data's variants and timelines are a fascinating study. They're both quite similar and yet rock, paper, scissors at the same time. Having looked at what each offers, it's tempting to call Pinafore the best of the bunch. A #1 variant engineering usable command, and second best voyage total. At the very least, have him near the top, even if he's missing the trait benefits that a handful of others have. If there was ever an awards show for Timeline's crew, you actually called it before we did it, Data would certainly win safest bet. Close your eyes and throw at a dartboard of Datas and you'll never come away disappointed. Tier 3.
Hey.
Ooh, tier 3, so close. It is still tied, so we're gonna have to do another one. There will be a winner, and this one we'll do Price is Right rules. Whoever's closest can be the winner.
Wait, when did we stop doing Price is Right rules?
It varies from crew to crew.
Okay.
See, I could be a dick and say Mirror Stamets, but I think you'll just leave the call. Let's go. Let's go. Cadet Sylvia Tilly.
Oh, that's not fair. Because once upon a time, we had a lot of Disco Megas, and she was the only Eng option aside from Time Loop Mud.
I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm going to go tier 13.
7.
So.
Oh, wait. I forgot. How many tiers do we have?
14 tiers. Just go back to the 14-tier system. It's more exciting. Name
Why
is
stop
pulling his
there? Let's
hair
make
out.
it 17.
So you going for what? Yeah, 17.
You said 13?
I said 13.
Right, I'll give you fighting chance and say 10.
10.
Although it's probably not that high.
More variants
But she
are
was-
undoubtedly coming, but for now the Cadet owns 2 variant best bases and one of the best disco engineering stats. A new Stamets pipped her Eng base and stole the thunder of a massive disco monopoly, but she can still wipe those tears with another fistful of back-to-back-to-back-to-back event bonuses. Even if the disco mega stop, her popularity and event count are likely to. Tier 7, give it to
Right.
Auto there. She was
Congratulations.
middle of the
What
road.
an idiot I was. And still continue to be.
Anyway, thank you for joining us for Rate the Old Big Book. Thank you, we have been Timelines Talks. Thank you, Dangervin, for coming. Thank you, Auto, for coming. We'll be back soon. I will be updating the event schedule very shortly, so keep a lookout for that. As always, please like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff as well, and we will see you again next week. I will be at the Trek convention in Birmingham. If you're coming and attending, please pop along, say hello, come and see me and Cranky, and I'll give you one of these nice cool Trek Time business cards. Look at that, yeah. I spent all of my £15 on those. Look at that. Yay, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much for coming. Dangervin, it's been an
Thanks,
absolute
it's been
pleasure.
fun. Hey.
An absolute pleasure. We'll see you very soon. Enjoy. Hang on, I'm going to the right page. Enjoy some. Kate Colombo.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.